Say it in common. Say it in common.
This episode of the Commoners of D&D is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG. Tiger Skull RPG offers monthly 3D printable miniatures complete with 5e stats, digital illustrations, and loot cards. Everything you need for fully realized NPC encounters. Tiger Skull RPG is creating true print and play collectibles so you can hop right into your RPG with the latest figure. Check it out at tigerskullrpg.com and patreon.com/tigerskullrpg where you can get started for as low as $1 a month. All right, welcome back to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons & Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Seth Templin.
And Tyrel Merle.
And we're back again.
We're back.
For our...
On a new couch.
Technically... Oh, yeah, that's true. Seth's got a hand-me-down.
Yeah, free.
Till he gets something else.
Till all of our fans decide to buy me a new one.
That's right. This is our 4th podcast in about 10 days.
We're running out of things to talk about, but we're doing our best.
We did Say It in Common last Tuesday on episode 4.
Yeah.
Then Saturday we came over here to play D&D, which is episode 7 of The Commoners. And before we did that, we did Say It in Common episode 5 with Anthony. And now it's Wednesday.
Doing a podcast for episode 6.
Say It in Common episode 6.
We planned, we started this campaign back in 2019, and we planned on getting a whole bunch of games under our belt so that we would never get behind and we'd never get caught up. And then Corona hit. And our manager, AJ, just thought, you know what, this is the best time to start putting them out there. People's dying for some entertainment.
Yep. So
we started posting them, and we're catching up, and it's terrifying.
Yep. We're like one ahead. Well, we'll be 2. Well, no, because I'm going to put up episode 6 on the day we're recording episode 8. So we're still technically 2 ahead.
2 ahead.
But it's closing in.
It is.
Anywho.
We still have to do another podcast for the episode that we already did.
Yeah.
And we might do that Saturday.
Yeah.
Before the game, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Because episode 7 was a...
But Anthony will be back on. Y'all don't know Anthony yet. You haven't seen him on the podcast.
You only know Buck. You don't know Anthony. Because he hasn't been on the...
No? He was on last podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting all confused in myself.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Yeah, he was on podcast 5.
Mm. Oh, yeah, they already met.
So,
yeah.
They met him before they were listening to this.
It's all confusing.
I'm so confused. Anywho, speaking of the campaign, keeping it common.
Keeping it common. This was the first non-combat episode that we have had, and I was a little bit worried about it because I didn't know how any of you guys would handle not just hacking and slashing at something.
Not having a mission.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't bored by no means.
No, actually, it went by really fast. I think it was enjoyable. I mean...
Did we, we had a combat every other episode?
I think so.
Yeah, in some shape or form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, playing a wizard, that is one thing that I actually do enjoy as a wizard, is finding new spells and whatnot, shopping for new spells, so, yeah.
I don't know how well I could play a wizard because you got to think about a lot of stuff. You got to have your components.
Yeah.
There's so much money.
When I get to
involved.
play, and Anthony DMs maybe, if we start new characters instead of going with the evil campaign, I will probably play a wizard. And that one might have been a wizard anyway. It seems like she was a wizard. But I want to, I would...
What?
Yeah, I think she was a wizard.
You were a fighter barbarian, and then you got transformed into a white, and then you became...
necromantic wizard, yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have any questions? I feel like y'all do have one question.
Oh yeah. At the very beginning, a little kid comes up and talks to Uruz.
Did he name it? Did he tell his name?
I don't remember.
If you don't remember, then he probably didn't. So I'm not going to tell it.
I don't think he did, but I mean, if he did, I didn't think it enough to matter. Well, maybe I'd. Let me look at something real quick. Keep talking.
What did you make of it, Tyrel?
I thought it was very, very odd.
Friend, foe, accountant.
I think he's definitely not just a little kid. I don't think he's just a little kid. He's something else in disguise.
I think there was something else definitely there at play.
Jax.
Okay, yep. His name is Jax.
Weird little boy that was infatuated with Urist is how I have him in my notes. I'm glad I had that right here.
Wow, you got like...
AJ takes better notes than I do. Like, it's so hard. Like, I just lose my notebook that has stuff, and I'll write something else and somewhere else, and I just cannot hardly keep it straight. So I'm always asking AJ, what's the name of this place? What's that person that I'll talk to?
Well, what I do in game is I'll just scribble it into my notebook.
And then after game?
Yeah, if it's a person or a location, I come back and put it in my computer database. So this is a cool Windows app called Roleplay Notes.
Huh.
And I tried a bunch of them trying to find something that was user-friendly and that did enough stuff. And I eventually came across this one. I've been using it. It's still not the best. But the cool thing about it is, I know everybody can't see this, but okay, let's say I click on... Okay, so you can do characters, factions, locations, items, and milestones. Really all I use is the factions, locations, and characters. So if I click on, say I click on Solaris, okay, he's got links. So if I click links, well, I don't have it put in there. But you can link a person to another person or a location or whatever.
Evelyn knew Solaris back in the old days.
Yeah.
That Solaris is hooked up with Thrin somehow.
Yeah, I could put all that in here. I haven't updated it.
That's cool.
The last couple games, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
To see how everything interconnects.
Yeah. There we go. So like Roaring, I have links. Let me go back to it. Roaring, I click links and it says it has Millicent, Triss, and Juniper Grove. So those are the main people from Juniper Grove, and then he's the Smithy and Juniper Grove.
Well, dang, I need to use this.
Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty handy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot easier if you keep up with it as you go along. I mean, it would take you a while to put everything in there, but it would help you.
As far as Jax goes, I'm not going to talk too much about Jax. I think he's probably going to be a reoccurring character.
I figured he would be.
Yeah, so can't give anything away about him.
But then Rask shows up with a letter from the leader. He's the leader of the Inkling, right? Dalinar.
Inkling, yep.
Where'd the name Dalinar come from?
Stormlight Archives.
Stormlight.
One of my favorite characters in Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive book.
Cool. What about Jax? Where'd Jax come from?
I think I made that one up. I don't.
JAX.
Yep. I don't have a. I just wanted to create a little boy named Jax. Just seemed like a cool little name.
But is it? Are the Inkling trying to recruit us? I mean, because he gave us 300 gold.
That was really just me as a DM trying to give y'all some spending money. Yeah.
Right.
And it's still not very much. I mean, y'all are having to share money still.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've always said that is one of the hardest things that I have a problem with in DMing is giving players the monetary funds to go out and enjoy and be able to buy what you want to buy. You don't want to just give all the money, but you want them to be able to work towards something.
Right.
Well,
and I guess if y'all wanted a specific thing and told me how much it would be, I would probably try to help people get to that goal because I just can't even comprehend what y'all would want. I mean, obviously y'all probably want the $50,000 sword, but that might not be so. That might not really work.
Right.
But if y'all have realistic goals, then I can definitely help y'all with that. What were you saying, Tyrel?
Oh, I was like, I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Just go ahead.
I didn't have anything. Well, I was going to say, you could just make everything cheaper.
I guess that's true, but then it's super easy to get everything.
And we... Oh, go ahead, Ty.
He remembered.
I did remember.
He had a literal aha moment.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to point out is in the player's handbook or in the DM book, it's like they don't really give you definite prices on.
They don't. It's very hard to find prices for things.
Yeah, you don't know what everything is, and that is kind of a hard thing to figure out. You know, like how much is a health potion, or how much is some certain enchanted item that's really expensive or really well enchanted or powerful.
And also just the whole money system. We still don't know exactly.
Yeah, we don't
it's
know
so
how we're
hard to like something that's $100. How many gold is that?
I don't know.
Because
10?
like you say something like, if you say, oh, that's 10 gold, like that's more than somebody makes in a day.
Yeah.
Like you go to a restaurant and you get food for the whole table for like silver pieces.
Money is so arbitrary in this
Yeah,
game.
it's so weird. And we've never, I don't know, we've never nailed that down.
Why don't we not just use dollars?
We could.
It makes so much sense to us.
You could come up
But
with
then
your
how
own.
do you find, like, how much money? How would you know, like, you find, how many dollars do you find on a dead body when you kill somebody?
Well, that would just be, I mean, just depending on what you would think. I
But
mean,
then
it could be
still,
completely random.
What is a +1 hand crossbow worth in American dollars?
Or you
Well,
could
what's it
change it
worth in
into
gold?
some other coin. You could call it.
Well, then again, the money's arbitrary. Why not just stick with the gold pieces and stuff? Like, it's just like
Yeah, you could literally do like gold pieces and not call it gold. You could call it whatever name you want.
I know,
to
but
give
that's the problem. Like, why not just keep with gold? If you, I mean,
If you know what, as long as you know what it's worth, it doesn't really matter.
and
Okay.
it's really hard to know worth. them.
Okay, well, just think of it as, okay, +1 hand crossbow, you said?
Yep. I bought
Okay.
one last night in my game.
What does a Desert Eagle cost? Like a good name
Well,
brand
see,
Desert Eagle.
I bought a +1 hand crossbow for the +1 was 500 gold plus the 75 gold for a hand crossbow.
Okay.
So I paid 575. You're not going to find a Desert Eagle for
well,
575.
maybe it's not a Desert Eagle.
Yeah,
maybe,
right.
Maybe it's just a
2000,
Glock. Maybe it's just a mid-level 1911.
Maybe. I don't know.
I love the idea from Pathfinder of the repeating crossbow. I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we cracked open the Pathfinder book, and the weapons list is just unbelievable.
I've already talked about how I think on the podcast how I think that 5th edition needs to get its item list in gear. Like, you got to add some stuff. Especially for weapons.
and make them different too, because I mean, like what you were saying too, like about the spear and the trident. They're like the same thing, except like one can be used better underwater, I guess.
I think you can use a spear underwater just as good as a trident.
Well, I mean,
and they do the same damage.
Yeah, they do
It's
the
just
same
a
damage.
flavor thing.
yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be more variances there. I think there's two. I mean, I guess like we said before, 5th edition is supposed to be kind of user friendly. I guess.
Yeah.
But you could still come up with different damage types or different
Right.
like use 2 dice.
See, I think that's why, like, eventually we're going to get bored with 5th edition, I think. And I think we should go back to 3.5, just try it out sometime.
You think we will get bored of it?
I think us.
You can always just go with that as far as everything else, and then just sprinkle stuff in. I mean, you can
guess.
pull weapons out.
Like
of
I said, yeah, I've already told y'all are free to look in other stuff and pull out weapons.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, we can make our own stuff.
Yeah.
Just homebrew crap.
Oh, man, I have a homebrew class idea that I've always wanted to make.
What is it?
It is a sentient weapon is the class. So the weapon actually just takes over whatever humanoid body that picks it up, and that changes your stats around a little bit based on whoever picks it up. But the weapon itself keeps evolving as it levels up, and the body doesn't. So, like, if the body died, the sentient weapon could just be passed on to someone else, and it takes over them. Gets a few different buffs to different
That would be
things.
the class?
Yeah, the you have a personality and stuff, and you're just talking through the body of the person wielding the weapon.
You know what this reminds me of?
So you are the weapon.
You are the weapon, right?
That is insane.
And I think it'd be really fun. And
That'd
it
be
wouldn't
cool.
be that hard. Like, and you just get you slowly get better. You get +1 at like level 3 or something. You get a +2 at level 4, and then like your damage. I thought about your damage die increasing every couple levels, almost like a monk does. Like their monk weapon die changes, your die changes. Maybe saying like you could morph into another kind of weapon if you wanted to be a longbow or something.
Yeah.
like just takes a little bit of time to change into something else. I think it'd be really fun to just be a sentient weapon, and then like if your body dies, you get given to the gnome over there, and now you're a gnome carrying the sentient weapon.
That's pretty cool.
That reminds me of Umbra from the Elder Scrolls games, specifically Oblivion. Because, that sword takes over people and controls them. It's the sentient weapon. It actually like speaks through the person and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
We done talking about money being arbitrary?
Yeah. But campaign-wise, I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, shopping is fun if the role play is good and you meet interesting people and you do. I mean, like for instance, okay, we went to the weapon maker and
Oren, no relation to Roran. Just me like making up a name on the spot and not being very clever.
Right. But I was there trying out spears and throwing them across the street and stuff. Like, that was fun. It was funny. And then Tyrel goes into Petar's shop, and I end up signing a contract with him to sell his books for him.
Yep.
And, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it can be fun if you do it right.
You can.
And Urist was sneaking around the whole time.
Now, you always ask me, what do I, you know. So, my entire plan for Derry was Duke Hornbeam he has a presence like in this town. He is the leader. He's the leader of this entire northern realm that y'all are in, the Bernheim Forest. And like, y'all were not gonna get by. I don't care how, like, you'd have natural 20, I guess, on a makeup check would have gotten him by. Pretty much anything other than that would not have worked because he has people listening. He has people watching. And so I was like, as soon as you step in, you were going to be apprehended and taken to Duke Hornbeam, and he was going to talk to his son. And we're going to see what happened from there. And I didn't know.
Boy.
But he took Mask of Many Faces, and I am never going to take away from like a player's actual abilities. Like, he actually took that because he did not want to be found out. So I am not going to be the kind of DM who, well, too bad. As soon as you step into the city, it dissipates. You can't use that here, and now they know where you are.
What do we know what he was planning to do before that? Didn't he have? Was he going to do something else other than
your makeup? You were going to put
no, but what we were like, Mask of Many Faces. You take that as a what?
As a warlock invocation.
But so did he? Did he have planned to take a different one?
I guess.
I think he changed. I don't know what he was going to take.
He just decided he wanted to be safe. Yeah.
Is he still Hexblade or whatever? Does that?
Yeah, that's just part of the warlock.
I know nothing about warlocks.
Like they get at certain levels, warlocks get invocations,
right?
And depending on your level, certain ones are restricted by a level cap. But Mask of Many Faces, you can take at third level. I think at third level when you get your invocations.
Gotcha. Okay.
It might be second. I may be wrong, but it's been a while since I played a warlock.
I've never played one.
Actually, I think I've only played a warlock once. So
I'm not.
How many classes have you played now? 2?
Me?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2? What do you? I mean, you talking about like one shots and everything?
Well, no, actually, you got your teeth into Bard and Barbarian. Is that about it?
I mean, I guess we've never really played a longer.
Yeah.
Well,
you were the
Boris
ranger.
was a rogue.
The ranger, the girl.
And the girl was a ranger.
Yeah,
the Genasi.
But then I played a monk in
and a cleric in my game, in my one shot.
Yeah. Just one for one session.
So you played almost all of them.
I've played a lot of them, and I played I played a monk in the vampire game, Strahd.
It's so weird. When I played 3.5, I was so into sneaking. I was rogue. I was dex builds, and since jumping to 5th edition, I have not been a rogue. I have not done it. It's so weird, and I want to.
Rogue is probably my favorite class.
Haven't done it.
I think Arcane Trickster Rogue is the best class you can play.
See, Arcane Trickster's just I don't know. I don't have if it's not for me.
I know that if I was playing this game back when I was a teenager, I would have definitely been a rogue.
We used to play Modern Warfare 2, and Tyrel he wouldn't even pick up a gun. He'd just run around knifing people.
Yep.
That's all he wanted to do.
Throwing knives and melee.
And he was good at it, and it made everyone mad. Because they'd be shooting at him and just bullets bouncing off of him and come up and stab you.
Well, I mean, the knife.
throw a
in
knife
Modern
at your
Warfare
toe.
2 is so overpowered.
Especially when you get what perk is it that like makes it where you lunge forward a lot faster?
Commando.
Yeah, Commando.
Commando Pro, Marathon Lightweight Commando.
Yeah.
And just jump off buildings, no falling damage, run faster, melee from 50 yards.
Yeah.
And put a riot shield on your back so you don't get shot.
Yep, and then use nothing but then get like a pistol and use a tactical knife.
Yeah, with a tactical knife and throwing knife.
Yep, and just
Because a throwing knife will kill you if it hits your big toe.
yep, that's a broken
That's
class.
broken.
Even though I mean I
only have
can't
one.
go out there and do that very well.
Tyrel
People that
is
are good at
good
the
at
game
it.
can do it.
Yeah.
I mean Tyrel.
Well, once y'all got better at the game, though, I started dying left and right. It didn't matter anymore. Especially Malachi. And after he started like doing the whole quick scoping thing, and you too, when we both started doing the quick scoping.
When
thing,
you
it
can,
was
because like we would, if we were using a machine gun or a submachine gun, we would always hit you, but you just fly through the bullets and kill us.
It was
But
kind of like in Halo.
when we could get, yeah, but when we can do something that's a one shot kill, it takes that away. Because if we hit you, you can die one shot.
I actually was thinking about this the other day. Why do y'all get mad? This one-shot kill thing. Why did y'all get mad at people who used grenade launchers, noob tubing?
Because
It's a one-shot kill, just like a sniper.
it's a one shot kill with a blast radius the size of this house when you use
Yeah.
danger close.
Danger close makes that.
You don't have to. You don't actually
I
have
don't
to hit
see
the
any
person.
difference in it and using a sniper.
You don't see the difference in pulling up and pinpointing someone's body with one round.
No, that
you
person.
Don't see, you don't
that
see the
person
difference in that.
doesn't know that you're in the crosshairs. No, they're like no. I don't see any difference in it. No difference at all.
With a grenade launcher,
Also,
you
you-
don't even have to hit the person. You don't have to get anywhere near them.
You could get a major collateral with a grenade launcher.
That's
too.
true.
Like,
I've seen Malachi get five kills with one shot. Though,
I
a
know,
sniper
I know,
rifle,
but
so.
that's spawn trapping though. I mean, in base game, like if you're like,
I was just
going-
working the other day and it popped in my mind. I was like, it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I think it's the
to
same
use
thing.
an explosive as it is to. No.
I think it's the same thing.
Okay, so you think setting up a thing of C4 and sitting and staring at it until somebody runs by it is the same as using a sniper rifle?
I'm
Yeah.
guilty of doing that.
Absolutely, yeah, same thing.
How is that the same thing?
Because I mean, you're not really scanning with a sniper rifle. You're waiting for someone to come around the corner. So you've got your crosshairs.
No, not
right
if
where
you're
you
not
want,
if you're running
and
around
you pull a
quick
trigger.
scoping.
Yeah, most people don't go around quick scoping. Most people go around like camp.
Not that's not what we did. There was no camp sniping. We got mad about that too.
I just got mad at everything.
Pretty much. There
That's why
there were good players out there
I
that just
literally get
played.
invited to come over and play air quotation play video games with these guys, and I just sit and watch because I can't do it. So it's not fun.
The thing that made me mad about
Halo can't do it. Modern Warfare 2 can't do it.
the
We're
thing
way
that
off
made me
the
mad about the Modern Warfare 2 in particular was using a sniper rifle, using Chameleon Pro or whatever Cold-Blooded
Cold-Blooded,
Pro, and laying down in the grass and then shooting somebody in the head
With
and
a
them not
silent
dying.
sniper
Yeah,
rifle.
and them not dying.
Yeah.
Just it's so stupid. It's absolutely stupid. They can't see you. And in real life, that would have blown their head in half. But
Right.
in that game, that's not the way it works, apparently.
Well, there's always ways
They
to
have
break
helmets,
the game.
so I think that's the point of you're shooting someone in the head, you're hitting their helmet.
Like a lot of times when I'm playing against them, though, they're in ghillie suits with no helmet on. It
Yeah,
just doesn't
okay.
make any sense.
Yeah, that is true. Well,
We're way off campaign here.
we are.
Yeah.
That was almost on the console.
Almost.
Anyway, reining it back in. Is there anything else about the campaign?
It's fun for me. I was glad that, I always was worried that us sitting down for a long time and just not fighting would bother people, but everyone seemed to enjoy it anyway.
No, it
so.
went by fast. We all kind of had our own thing going, and it was just
Next episode, Death and Destruction aplenty.
yeah,
AJ almost threw up listening to it.
yes, yeah.
He
Episode
played
7, y'all
it,
are
he
in for a
lived
treat.
it, and then almost threw up listening to it later.
Yep. We'll leave you with that little cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Episode 7. Anyway,
Going beyond common now?
oh yeah, Beyond Common.
where we talk about what it takes to put this little podcast in, like how much work we're doing, how much work AJ's doing, actually.
No, all of us.
No, again, it's only AJ. He's the only
But yeah,
one.
so we talked about on the last, or one of the last episodes, I guess it was episode 4, of Say It in Common, that your dog had broken
Our TV.
our D&D TV table.
You guys kindly bought me a new TV to put into the table for my birthday.
It was Seth's birthday. Me and Tyrel, actually.
They paid like $104.25
No,
each.
we did not. So we had planned on, we were coming over to play D&D. We were going to bring Seth, we were going to bring pizza and a cake and ice cream or something, have a little party. Well, then he decides, no, I'm going to cook a 5-course meal because that's what I like to do.
It was freaking good.
So Anthony texts me, and he's like, well, what do you want to do now? I was like, I don't know. And he was like, is there anything we can get? I was like, well, you know what? We could replace that TV because that just sucks that it's broken. And so he was like, yeah, let's do that. I was like, I'm sure I can get one for about $100, be $25 a piece. He's like, okay. So me and Tyrel hop in my car, ride to Heber. Not a TV in Walmart. Not a TV, not one.
Because it comes from China.
Because it comes from China, I guess. There was a couple there
Wuhan,
today.
China.
There was a couple TVs there today, but it was all just one kind. One TV, one variety of TV. So I called Anthony, told him they didn't have any TVs. He said, okay, I'll check in Batesville. Guess what? No TVs. So I ordered one off Best Buy that night. But anyway, so we got a new TV for the table, plus we were just working. It was just plywood.
Just plywood.
And we had talked about, kind of finishing it out a little bit better. So I've been working on that the past few days.
It looks gorgeous.
Put some faux leather on the tabletop and then trimmed it all up with some old barn wood.
Looks very vintage, very rustic. Yeah.
And we just finished it today. Put the new TV in, and it's all good to go for this Saturday.
Can't wait
now.
to play this Saturday.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be back, maybe.
I hope so.
Haven't heard from Kyle yet, but hopefully
you have some text messages over here.
Is there one for? I don't know if it ever sent.
Do you spell Kyle like Kale?
Yep, that's how his name is actually spelled.
It is?
Yep.
It's Kayle for Kyle.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad I know that now because I probably spelled his name wrong on stuff.
I don't think he cares.
Probably
he goes
not.
by Kyle, but
No, Face ID. I can't get into it. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on that.
he says he's in.
All right, full crew.
As long as
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
And if they're not, y'all grief them.
Yes. But we'll put some.
Talking to you, Kyle.
We'll put some pictures of the table on the.
Aren't you gonna
on
make a
Instagram.
YouTube video for it sometime?
Yeah, we're eventually gonna have a YouTube channel. Hopefully very soon, and we'll do a little table walk around.
We find the camera.
Yeah, we'll do a little table walk around for one of our videos, kind of show off how we built it.
Show off some of that awesome Tiger Skull RPG merch as well.
Tiger Skull RPG stuff.
Yep.
We're gonna do a review video of that. We'll figure out some other stuff to do.
And I had a question for Beyond Common while we were on it.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I was listening to Critical Role the other day as they wrapped the wrap up party of their last the campaign, season 1 campaign. They was asking all these questions and stuff and just talking about the fans and everything. And I know we're not Critical Role and we're never going to be Critical Role. But if your wildest dreams, both of you, and I'll tell mine after y'all, could come true for this podcast, what's the peak? What do you hope to accomplish with this podcast? What would it be?
Oh, I can go. I mean, I
know we don't plan on getting rich. None of us
No.
we wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we decided, hey, if we do a podcast, since we're gonna play anyway, it's gonna focus our game, and our game's already gotten way better.
It's great.
We sit down, we play, we don't mess with the game time, and we're getting through story, we're making story, and that's a blast.
Yeah.
But if this thing actually blew up, what's the thing that you hope for or you want?
I don't know why it's a human desire to have a platform or just for people to care about the same thing you care about or care about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a human desire. But I've always always wanted that with different things. Like I do so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in bands. I do podcasts. Tried a lot of different things. I made videos, this and that. None of it is ever. I take every opportunity I get to do something like that because one of these times something's gonna work.
You're gonna get famous on
Something's gonna blow up, and it may be something stupid. It may be something we're just goofing around doing. It may be something that's really good. I don't know, but you got to kind of take those opportunities to do that. And I mean, if we could get, a couple thousand people listening to this thing, or if we could get asked to like come to like a nerd convention or something, Comic Con or something, like that would be super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I doubt that'll ever happen.
Yeah.
But if people would get into our campaign and care about us and care about our characters, like that would be super cool.
Like we care about Critical Roles.
Yeah. Yeah. We get into their stuff. Why can't people get into our stuff?
Yeah.
Tyrel, you?
I don't know. I mean, to me, I really enjoy playing with you guys. I mean, that's really the big thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't really have
That's
anything.
it.
Yeah,
Just keep playing.
Yeah,
That's a good answer.
It gives you a reason to keep
Mine's
playing.
super simple too. Like it would be cool to get to play at a convention or something. But like the one thing, and I was listening to them talk about it, and I was actually listening to like Will Friedle and Mary Elizabeth. I think that was her name. Yeah. And just some of the guest stars, they were talking about like what's the greatest thing about coming on Critical Role, and they like all said the fan art. If we could get people making cool fan art of y'all's characters, some NPC that I probably have not created yet because my NPCs are not very interesting, but like that would just be the coolest thing for someone to like care so much that they wanted to just make a portrait or something, and just that would be the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Maybe go play, like be a guest on Critical Role.
Or that
That'd
would be cool.
But
or just, I mean, if we could just like go somewhere and like have a booth where people want to come meet us, like that would be super cool. But if none of that ever happens, I don't care because I'm enjoying
because the
doing
game
it.
is awesome and we're around good friends.
And like the other day, I was talking to my cousin, and she's tried to do vlogs and stuff like that, and probably like makeup videos and stuff like that. And I was just telling her about, man, I'm always, I'm recording this with my band, or people are asking me to make a video for this, or we're doing the podcast here or whatever. And she was like, man, you just have so much room in your life for creativity. You're like always doing something creative. I was like, that's true. Yeah. And I think that's good. I mean, I've got band practices every week. One band, I mean, we do original music. So we get to write our own stuff. And then I get to do this. We get to do improv comedy on Saturdays doing the Commoners. We get to just talk about stuff doing this. I'm always mixing something. I'm honing my craft. I mean, I'm in my basement building a D&D table. I mean, doing carpentry and crafting.
Wait, did you say it on air, but you just love how D&D makes you build stuff?
I didn't say that on air. Yeah, I mean, I've built dice trays, painting minis, like the creativity is just constantly going. I think that's good for anybody. Like a lot of people go to work, get off work, come home, flop on the couch and watch TV till it's time to go to bed. And I'm just like, I got to get home so I can mix a podcast and paint some minis.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. As long as that keeps flowing, I don't think I'm going to get burnt out on it or anything.
I don't plan on getting burnt out on Dungeons and Dragons either.
No.
Like,
it's infinite.
And one of these days I'm gonna have kids, and they're gonna be at the table.
That's exactly right.
And it's gonna be awesome.
It brings storytelling to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So just telling kids a story, you can put them in.
Teaches critical thinking too.
Yeah.
Strategic and critical thinking. Yeah. Decision making.
Just an awesome game.
Yeah.
We might have a new player coming soon. I hope.
Yeah.
A cousin of Cynthia's has reached out and she's interested.
So we might have a female coming to the table.
Yep. I don't know if she'll want to come to the podcast or anything, but
we'll try her out. Yeah. We'll give her a dry run.
See how she likes it.
Yep.
I was telling her like this is the greatest game ever created. Like
it is. No, last night I was we played basketball at the church with a bunch of the kids, and we were sitting down afterwards playing, and Hans mentioned something about me playing Dungeons and Dragons, and one of the kids said, "What's that?" I was like, "Best game ever played." I said, "I can't explain all of it to you right now." I said, "Just go look." I said, "Go look up Dungeons and Dragons," and Hans was like, he was showing, or he was talking about a video he watched of some weird guy singing some song he wrote about Dungeons and Dragons or something. And he said it was really bad. So it was really funny and just stupid. And he said that's a lot of what the only impression people have of Dungeons and Dragons is they look up and find something negative, people making fun of it. But anybody that has ever played it likes it.
Wow.
Except maybe Hans.
Nah.
Hans likes it.
I think he's just too prideful to admit he likes it.
I don't know.
I think the 80s had a really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
The devil craze got really crazy.
Satanic Panic, that had a huge hit on D&D.
See, Cynthia's cousin actually got into it. It's funny. TV shows are like reaching out to this and stuff. For Tate, it was
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Yeah. For this girl, it was Riverdale, the Archie comics thing they had, and it was. I've watched the season because Cynthia likes Riverdale. It was they had G&G Griffins and Gargoyles, except they were pretty much making the '80s thing a reality. Like there was this adult who was like terrorizing the children and making them drink poison as part of their sacrifice and stuff. It was on a different level. Like it was crazy. Somehow the game was. It kind of put a mix between Dungeons and Dragons and LARPing in this somehow a little bit. So, but I mean, it was good episodes. Some of the best on that show that I've seen. And this girl likes it, and she's like, "Hey." She knew I played because it's hilarious. Like I'll even go to church and some people were asking about our podcast. Like, you do a podcast? That's really cool. What's it about? Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, giving me a weird look.
Because people associate that with something bad.
Yeah. And Cynthia was telling her cousin like, well, she asked, is it like that G&G? And Cynthia's like, yeah, but not nearly as demonic and stuff. And we're just
it's a game.
It's a game, and
it's a board game.
Yeah, it's no different than Clue.
That's what I told those
Monopoly.
kids last night. I said it's a board game, and Rachel said you hate board games. I said, well, it's a good board game.
It's not just a board
It's not.
game,
It's a
though.
tabletop role playing game.
It is, but I mean, there's a lot more to it than just
right.
Yeah.
If you didn't want it to be though, you could play Dungeons and Dragons. If you wanted it to just be the
numbers
if you
and stuff.
if you just wanted the numbers, if you just wanted it to be a war game.
Yeah, you could totally turn it into just a fighting game, I guess. But
Yeah, and that's what it started off. Like people got tired of just playing the war games, and that's why Gary Gygax created. Hey, instead of focusing on an entire army, let's bring it down and let's talk about this one guy.
Yeah.
What's his story in the army? And that made all the difference. Like video games now, like you wouldn't have video games without Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's how you see everything, like Dungeons and Dragons and everything. It's true.
You can watch any movie, play any video game. It's Dungeons and Dragons is in there.
Yeah.
Because if you break down life into, or like a human into 6 aspects, it would be strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, charisma. There is nothing that is outside of that. No. Anything you come across in the game, you can make some kind of check for that. Like Anthony Buck cooks. If you make a cooking check, okay, well, what is that? Well, it's something that you're experienced in, so you're proficient in it, and it's something that you've done a lot, so it's wisdom. I mean, you could say it's dexterity because you're using your hands or whatever. I think
wisdom.
He always makes a wisdom check though, because it's how well can I recall the stuff that I'm good at doing that I already know how to do. Yeah, I mean, you can break anything down into those 6 things. Yeah. So you watch a movie from that, and you see
someone does something spectacular they shouldn't do. Oh, they got a nat 20 on that.
Natural 20 on a dexterity check.
Someone does something stupid, like steps on a creek floor. That's a nat 1.
No, roll the nat 1. Yeah, I do that all the time when me and my mom are watching.
It's hilarious.
But I was saying like everybody likes Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played with anybody that didn't like it. I mean, Hans acts like he doesn't like it, but it's just because he wants to make fun of us. Malachi likes playing. My family. I played with
Your family. That's incredible.
With my mom, my grandparents, my cousin, and my aunt. So 2 people over 40. Well, 50.
Well over 40.
50, and then my grandparents who are in their 70s, and my cousin, she's 19. So, but yeah, I mean, my grandma was into it. She didn't. She said when we got done, we played 2 separate sessions to complete a one shot, and she was like, I'm kind of glad it's over. She was like, it's just so much. I was like, yeah, I can understand that.
So that's the hardest part about introducing someone. Like, how do you ease them in? Like, do you just make a character for them and then they won't be like attached to it because they don't care? They didn't go into building it. But then if you try to build a character with them, like that's a lot of numbers and it can just get over their head.
Yeah,
it's difficult. Shout out to Deb because I know you're listening, Deb.
Yeah.
I got my dad to sit down and I made a character for him.
Yeah.
And I rolled it up for him and stuff, and I just showed him, like how you play the game and like what you can do and stuff. And like by the time it's all said and done, he's like, I can kind of see how this would be fun if I had other people to play with.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I think my dad is a huge nerd. He doesn't want to admit it, but like I grew up and he's giving me Chronicles of Narnia to read. He's taking me to see Lord of the Rings in theaters. He's watching Star Wars and he can't wait for the prequels to come out. I remember that in my childhood.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait. Like my dad's a nerd and he's always kind of made fun of me for playing this, but he could sit down. He likes board games. He would be good at it. He'd have fun. My mom, she hates board games. Couldn't do it.
Well, I played another session with my I got my sister involved. She really liked it. She said, I don't know if I want to play every week. She was like, it's pretty fun. She said every time I come in we can play one. So it was her, my cousin, and my mom. I ran a game for them, and I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, my dad came in from work and he saw us playing it. He came over there and sat down and watched for a little bit, and I could tell he was interested in it. I mean, he was watching kind of how it went because. I mean, I'm sure he probably just thinks I'm a weirdo.
No other game
playing, but.
gives you the ability to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can do whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, just tell your DM. Well, I want to slide across the table. Cool.
Sure.
Let's do a dex check. See how well you do. Like the DM's going to tell you how to get to where you want to be.
Exactly.
You tell the DM, and the crazier you can be, the more fun you're going to have. And then once you get past the thing like, oh, I can do anything, it's then like, what things should I be doing?
Yeah.
And that's where the real fun gets in.
And that's when the characters start to develop and stuff like that. Yeah, it's hard to get started because it seems like it's a lot. But once you get in there and you kind of learn a little bit about it, and then you can get it just into a character. Yeah. Like it's so cool.
See, you have looked at the 3.5 book, and you're like, I couldn't have played this.
I wouldn't have been interested.
See, that I don't think so. If you're interested in this book, if you didn't have something simpler, that's what was available to me. Like, that's what the people that I was going to play with, I sat down, like, and I told the guy, because I mean, I grew up kind of like, not really being told that it was evil, but hearing it. Like, I heard, like, radio stations that we'd listen to.
Yeah, that's like what the weird kids do.
Yeah. So I had a preconceived notion about it when I went into it. And I told my buddy who, I was like, I might not like it, but I'll go with you one time. Like, I am a nerd. I've always been a nerd. So, like, I might really like this, but I might not. We went and they helped me roll up a fighter. And, like, I think it freaked the DM out that I come up with a name because he's like, okay, that was the hardest part. And that was the first thing I'd done was write Thandon on the top of my Thandon. That was, for some reason, that was my name in World of Warcraft. So I just moved it over. They helped me create a level 5 fighter or something. And, like, I just kind of didn't know what I was really doing. They gave me the dice I need, and I try to stay out of their way and stuff. And at the end of the game, I was like, so is there anything I can take home so I can, like, read about this? And he gave me a hard disk, and I just devoured it that week.
You just read the book?
Just read them.
The 3.5 book?
Yep. And you know, I didn't just like, if I was playing a fighter. Like, I didn't look at the barbarian stuff. I didn't look at the wizard stuff. I looked at the fighter and just, how do I do this? And I would talk to my friend, and I like found the Spoonie experiment online, and this guy was talking about Dungeons and Dragons before it was cool to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, really?
Noah Antweiler is his name, and like he had some videos, and like I would just listen to him tell stories, and like, yeah, that's awesome. I can already, I've got some of these experiences already, and it's just such a good game. This should have been our first podcast because we're just fanboying about Dungeons and Dragons.
We did a little bit. We talked about the whole how it came about that we all got together and started playing. And I was thinking today, what are the odds that we're all playing this game? Okay, me and Tyrel have gone. We went to school together until he started homeschooling, which like you were third grade. Yes. He was a grade above me,
and the rest of his school career.
Yeah. And we've gone to church together our entire lives.
Yeah.
So I've known Tyrel basically 20 years. And then I've known you for a long time. We all live within, I mean, besides Cameron, but Cameron grew up, we all grew up.
Next door to him.
Yeah, it was right next door to
we
me,
all grew
actually,
up
but-
within probably 15 miles of
I
where we're
played
sitting
chess
right
with
now.
Cameron in school because we were both in the GT club.
Really?
Yeah.
funny.
Me and him played chess like every day. His mom worked at the school. I worked at the. My mom's worked at the school, so we would just sit down at the cafeteria and we played chess before school would start.
I did not know you
Yep.
had that history with Cameron.
I don't know if he remembers that, but I do.
I mean, we're talking about every one of us grew up within 15 miles of here, of where we're sitting right now.
Yep.
And now Anthony lives on the other side of Batesville, so he's,
Good 40 minutes away.
40 minutes to an
miles.
hour away. And Cameron lives in Jonesboro, which that's a long way from
Yeah.
here. But, yeah, just for us all to be playing this game now, it's just kind of weird because we didn't – I mean, us three have hung out, and Anthony, but Cameron wouldn't be hanging out with us if it wasn't
We just
for
needed a
Dungeons and
number.
Dragons. Right.
Like we needed a number, and he's like, "Yeah, I know a nerd."
Yeah.
I mean, the game itself, I mean, it's pulled together, past friendships and stuff that I think a lot of us probably would kind of separate apart, from each other.
Right, yeah.
And
I wouldn't be hanging out with Anthony right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be hanging out with y'all near as much.
I wouldn't even probably be even talking to Cameron hardly anymore because
He moved to
yeah,
Jonesboro.
he's gone
Yeah.
to Jonesboro all the time. So yeah.
Anyway.
And we've had other people, like my sister played with us, an old friend, not here anymore, but sounds like he died.
Yeah. No.
He didn't die.
No. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we play with a lot of our friends. I mean, we're the ones that have always stuck with it. But
And we're always looking to expand. Need more people. Even my wife has enjoyed it.
yeah. Which,
And
yeah,
she's gonna have
they've
to
heard
play.
that episode.
She's gonna have to play when her cousin comes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Twinelda can show up every now and then.
yeah,
She was on her way to Derry for King's Day, so
Yep.
she's going to be around.
She's in Derry right now. I mean,
Everybody's going to be in Derry.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad day at some point because the dudes that killed Berger are going to show up.
since everyone's coming, I was thinking maybe about trying to do one more filler episode, but I don't think I am. I think we're just gonna
You're not going to do a film.
we're gonna jump into the King's Day celebration this
Okay.
weekend.
Oh, so crap is going to hit the fan at King's Day.
I don't know. It might be. It might.
Because I
have to
thought
take-
King's Day might be a little bit of filler because I thought you might have us like doing events or something.
Oh, you are. Yeah.
Okay.
If y'all want to, I guess. We'll see.
But yeah, I mean, Urist is in Derry, where he got exiled from. The Travelers are going to show up. We're there with not much at our disposal. Evelyn's there. Twinelda's going to show up at some point.
If she wants to.
I want her to show up. She's got to be there somewhere. But anywho, okay, we can get off of that now. I didn't think we were going to talk about the campaign for.
Well, that was it. Beyond Common. We got into Beyond Common.
Oh,
there.
that's true. Yeah. Okay, so we got a short movie minute from Seth.
I have not seen anything because a lot of movies have been like shut off. But there's something that we should be like thankful for. I was listening to two booktubers that I like to follow. They were both like this girl. Just one of them, her name's Murphy Napier, and she just got into Avatar: The Last Airbender. Great television series. She loved it. Super awesome. And like her fans were warning her, don't even bother watching the live action movie by M. Night Shyamalan. It's horrible. Don't watch it. Seriously, don't do it. Just
The
if you
Avatar Airbender movie
Yeah.
is no good?
no, God no.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything
It's so
about
bad.
those shows. So.
But and then her friend that she watched it on YouTube with, another guy I follow, Daniel Green. He does a lot of cool stuff. He was going over like this movie had $100 million, I think, of that they could put into the production and stuff like that. And Lord of the Rings had 93 million, I believe, or 83 million. And this movie sucked. Like he zoomed in on some candles that were horribly posted after with like they looked fake, and this is a live action movie. Like it's just really bad post production. Like maybe they paid the actors too much money and couldn't afford good post production. Maybe they just didn't have time, and that could happen. all these movies that are being delayed, most of them are probably done filming right now. The movies that we're supposed to be getting right now have been delayed because people can't go see them. Will have out of this world post-production time. People are working on this stuff at home on their computers, making sure this stuff looks good. When stuff opens back up and movies start coming out, we're going to get spoiled by just how awesome they're going to be.
That's probably
Things
true.
are going to look good. Things are going to fit. It's going to be awesome. Movies are going to be crazy good.
We just need to go to the movie theater and just spend the day when it opens back up.
And something I'm looking forward to, I'm reading, I'm all, like less than 2 hours away from finishing the second book of time, Wheel of Time book. Amazon is taking that show and is working on a television show, and it's going to have $70 million in the first season alone that they're putting into this. They're filming in the Czech Republic, and the Czech Republic is like paying them a whole bunch to film there so that it like helps their economy.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
It's like states here in the United States, like Arkansas has a movie out right now it's called Arkansas, that has one of the Hemsworth brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And I figure Arkansas paid this movie company to come and do this movie because they hope that they'll spend more money here in Arkansas while they're doing it. But it gives people incentives to come and spend money and do films and stuff. So the Czech Republic is like telling how much that they're giving back, and it's looking like they're upwards towards $70 million, and that's crazy on one season, especially a pilot season. Like it's never been done before. So this is more money than Game of Thrones had on its very last season, which they should go all out for the last season, which I'm not going to talk about the last season of Game of Thrones either. But
I didn't watch
and also
Game of
Amazon's they're also making kind of in contingency. They're putting a lot of money on this fantasy television series. The Witcher's doing good on Netflix and stuff, so people are interested. Game of Thrones was the biggest thing HBO's like ever done. They're making a Lord of the Rings series, and they're putting $100 million on the first season.
I might have to watch that one.
It's
I
going
might
to be it's going to be pre-Hobbit and stuff. Like it may
just a completely different storyline.
Yeah, maybe it might be a Isildur and stuff, like trying to get the ring from Sauron the first time and stuff. Like it might be. I don't know.
Then again, who knows? They may make their own story.
Might be the Silmarillion. It might be their own story. I don't know. But that's all I got for my movie minute. Like just good movies are coming.
There's going to be some good movies coming.
Yeah, the good movies are coming.
And along with good movies, there's going to be some good games. So we already touched the console, but we're going to go back into it because I was researching a little bit today to try to find something to talk about and looking at some games that they're anticipating or that have been announced already and such. So I found an article, came out 7 days ago. It's on GamesRadar.com. Shout out them, I guess. But there was a couple on here that I think will be pretty cool. So did either of y'all ever play Godfall?
No.
This may be something.
Was that Titanfall?
It may be completely new.
That sounds like Titanfall.
Is it Greedfall or Godfall?
No, it's called Godfall.
Yeah, it's called
I guess maybe it's completely new. I was thinking it was a remaster, or maybe it was a.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, well, anyway, it says it's a loot slasher like Borderlands.
No, fine.
Oh, it's made by Gearbox. That's who.
Oh.
Okay,
so they're into.
Yeah. Anyway, third-person action RPG built around cooperative gameplay. But
I
you
love
can
that
play
Gearbox
solo.
is still focused on multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can't hardly play split screen anything on anything anymore. But okay, so the last line of the sentence here says basically think Borderlands with swords. So that could be fun. A hack and slash kind of game.
That sounds pretty cool.
Let's see. Here's one called Outriders. They're thinking holiday 2020 on this one. It says if you blend Doom and Mass Effect.
That sounds kind of interesting.
The sinister alien forces against humanity. I think it's kind of like post-apocalyptic alien invasion.
Yeah.
So that could be kind of cool. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we talked about that before. I'll be getting that, of course. Gran Turismo Sport. Did you ever play Gran Turismo?
No, not really.
I love racing games. I grew up on just racing games.
I am not a fan of racing games.
Well,
There was a Need for Speed where you had to like blow up a lot of vehicles if you timed your nitrous explosion, and that was fun. That's all I like.
No, Need for Speed is cool. The best racing game I've ever played is Midnight Club 3. I love that game. I still plug it in and play it on PS2 every now and then. But where I have a problem with games trying to be too realistic. Like sports games, 2K games, I can't play them because of the way the players move. Like, plug me in some Madden 02 on a PS1, and I mean, you move so quick, and you can use the arrow buttons and you just dart back and forth. I mean, I can enjoy that. They make sports games too realistic. I want to be better at a sport on a game than I am in real life, and I don't feel like I am. When I try to play like 2K basketball, horrible. I can't score, can't do anything, and the people I play against always know what they're doing. But anyway, racing games, I feel like have gone kind of in the same vein. They started making them a little bit too realistic.
It's hard to even control them.
Hard to control vehicles. I've never played Forza. People always go nuts over Forza, and it's on this list too. So I might try some of them. But I grew up with. I had Gran Turismo 1, PS1 Gran Turismo, and I mean I was playing it when I was little, and I always liked that game because it's kind of like regular cars, you know, and it's pretty realistic. So that might be something I would try. Gran Turismo Sport.
You're excited about getting your PS5, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait to get a new console. I'm not going to go get, an Xbox One or a PS4 at this point. Like, it's too late. Especially if we're going to have backwards compatible with the new ones.
Well, like I said, if they do a Demon Souls remaster and they do come up with Bloodborne 2, I will buy a PS5 instead of a...
Convert it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
I'm going PS5. Watch Dogs. Have y'all ever played Watch Dogs?
I played the first Watch Dogs.
They've got one on here. I don't know if they're just saying it's... Yeah, if they're saying for sure... Yeah, they're doing it again. It says it's going to be in London. So
Watch Dogs was like one of the first games that you could... I have it right there. It was one of the first PS4 games, like as soon as the PS4 came out, and it looked amazing.
yeah, I've seen like videos on it and stuff before, and it looked really good. I've just never. It wasn't even on Xbox, was it?
yeah.
Yeah,
It is on Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And Watch Dogs 2.
Anyway,
it's a Ubisoft
there's not
game.
very many.
I don't know if this is going to be like you need to play the other ones to understand. I hope it's not. I hope it's a completely different storyline because that's something that I would look into playing.
God of War is a PS exclusive. What's that one? Killzone? Is that one that's a PS exclusive? I think it is.
Spider-Man is a big PlayStation.
Yeah. Bloodborne was a PS exclusive. Then you got
Fable.
Yeah.
Series, which I don't even know if they're going to make anymore.
that was an Xbox.
Xbox
Yeah,
One.
exclusive. Yeah.
And that was like one of the only reasons I wanted to get a Xbox. I love
Fable?
the Fable games.
I never played those.
I love-
Supposedly, I heard there's a rumor that they're making a Fable 4.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be.
But it's not made by that company because they fell apart or whatever.
Really? Oh, well, that's why I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
about them lately. Fable 3, I don't think was very good. Fable 2.
I love Fable
pretty
2.
good.
Yeah.
Fable 1 on Xbox original. Was,
I never got to play that
I
game.
played it a lot. It was really good.
I never got to play that game. I played Fable 2 like all the way through. I beat it. And I started playing Fable 3 and I just lost complete and total interest
I
in the
think I
game.
actually played. There was a Fable past Fable 3. It was like where you were brother and sister or something. I don't know if it was called a number though. I think it was called something else. I don't remember.
I know in Fable 2 you had a sister in it and like you could either play as a brother or sister and then one of them died.
Was Fable 3 the one where you the world was coming to an end?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I beat that game. I didn't do very well at the ending because like if you really want to do well, you just have to buy everything and make everyone pay you a bunch of money.
Yeah, because you sail to that other continent and you find out that the whole thing's being taken over by like these shadow creatures. Yeah.
That was really cool storytelling though. For half the game, you're trying to kill the king because you think he's evil.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's being evil because he knows that this horrible thing is coming and he's trying to prepare the entire country. And then you have to make the choice: am I going to be the same as him, or am I going to try to do it different?
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I did like that idea. I just thought that
I swear there was a game after Fable 3. I'm not going to do it.
I don't know. I just lost interest in it, I guess.
Okay, so we were having technical difficulties. Y'all were talking about Fable, but I think you had just quit. You just got done talking about Fable. So I found another game. It's called Gods and Monsters. Something that Tyrel might be interested in. It says it's a storybook adventure, but it's set across a stylized and beautiful fantasy world where you're asked by the gods to take down Typhon, the most deadly creature in all of Greek mythology.
Oh. Okay.
So it's going to be quite the legendary journey, with the trailer already featuring the likes of Medusa and plenty of Greek deities to boot. So you're a mythology guy, so that might be something you're interested in.
I have a game for you to play on your iPhone. Kings League 2. Beat it the other day.
I saw that. I saw that. I can try that. It looks like they got a Rainbow Six game coming out. This is the one I really want to talk about. Lord of the Rings Gollum.
I think I've heard about this game for forever.
It says it's not coming out until 2021. Wait for the door to squeak.
Shut the door. Thank you.
So 2021, they got for the release. For some reason, I'm getting that. It reminds me of like Goat Simulator. Like that's what I'm picturing. Yeah, if you're playing Gollum, what the heck are you gonna do? But it would be so interesting. Like I might play it.
Are they getting Andy Serkis to do the voice?
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
I don't think
if
it's.
they
It
actually
doesn't.
do
Did I tell you about Andy Serkis reading The Hobbit?
Yeah,
I
almost
read The
watched
Hobbit.
that stream.
I wonder if you can find it now.
It was on YouTube the other
It'd be
day.
pretty sweet to listen to Andy Serkis read Gollum. And then the Harry Potter cast was reading the first Harry Potter book, I think, with like Daniel Radcliffe and stuff reading
That's cool.
chapters. Like that's pretty cool.
It says that it's described as a stealth action
Yeah, I figured it'd be
adventure
stealthy.
with intriguing dual personality mechanic, gigantic levels, and a densely wrought aesthetic is inspired by Tolkien's own drawings.
Well, I'll buy it. I'll buy pretty much any game that has Lord of the Rings in it.
Of course, Elder Scrolls 6, another Bethesda Starfield. Have we ever talked about that before?
I know about Starfield.
Not much about it.
It's Bethesda's.
It's
new.
in development.
Matt
It's
Hines,
not.
though, Matt Hines just said that he just tweeted out that Elder Scrolls 6 was like years out. So 2024 or something.
That's what I heard was 2024. We'll see.
Dying Light 2, Tyrel.
Oh, it is Dying Light.
It is Dying Light 2.
Oh, they released a DLC for Dying Light. That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah, immense parkouring, zombie slaying adventure.
I feel like I played Dying Light and I don't remember parkour in it. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, it's got like you got like zip lines and.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. The zombies can do it too. That's the thing.
Dirt 5. Might play that. The Dirt games always intrigue me, but I never really played them as far as a racing game goes.
No.
I guess that's about the end of the list. They got Yakuza 7.
Yakuza's a big deal, yeah.
I've never played one of those. Like a Dragon.
Spider-Man PS5's coming out.
That will be something. That is the main reason I'm getting a next-gen console, because I've played the Spider-Man on your PS4, and it's the best game I've ever played.
Great Spider-Man game.
Anywho, that's all I've got. So we got some cool stuff to look forward to, and especially Cameron sent us the other day that the link to that video for the new game engine they're using to create, and it looks so real.
Lots of triangles. Triangles everywhere.
Geometry.
Lots and lots of triangles.
That's all it takes is billions of triangles. Tyrel.
Speaking of which, I saw something too. Bethesda, apparently, according to that one video I was watching, is actually using Unreal Engine. What is it, 4 now?
I don't know. The new one?
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah.
Well, they should be.
Yeah,
if they're making next console, they should be.
I'm unfamiliar with the Unreal Engine stuff, but whatever the newest one is what they're using apparently for the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody.
Stuff looks crazy good.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked so good.
Well, the stuff I've seen for Elder Scrolls 6, they're using photogrammetry for that, was taking pictures of like real life stuff and
then
like pasting it in game.
That's what that new thing can do. Like during that demo one, they were saying, no, this stuff was just pictures, and we've been able to put it into the game.
Creates it into a living environment.
Yeah.
That is
It like molds like rocks into actual rocks. And
I
stuff.
can't imagine I don't know anything about it. I don't
so
know
far
anything that
from
it takes.
2D fighter games.
Yeah. In such a short time, too. I mean, you just think, like, we got consoles in the 80s.
We really could be playing Ready Player One in our lifetime.
I don't remember much about that movie.
Have you not seen that?
You go into the game.
It's all like virtual reality and stuff.
I would not. I wouldn't do that in real life.
Oh man, I don't know. Have you seen Ready Player One?
I think I watched it, but I don't remember much about it.
haven't.
One of these nights, like y'all,
Do they have like a race on like Tron-like bikes, like light bikes, like they do in Tron? Is there something like that in there? Maybe I haven't seen it.
I don't think you've seen it.
I may just be thinking of the
Tron 2?
Spy Kids movie.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, no, not Spy Kids 2.
It's Spy Kids 3D. Game over. They go into a video game.
Yeah.
And
No, you've got to
Sylvester
watch Ready Player
Stallone.
One.
I don't. What?
That's
Yes.
that guy.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone
With his multiple personalities.
I can't believe you've seen that.
Well, oh yeah,
Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah.
Those movies were good.
everyone's seen those.
They're so bad though. If I
Yeah,
went
they're
back
really
and watched
bad
them
now.
now, they
Yeah,
look
they are
awful.
really, really bad.
Kind of like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
really bad.
Oh my gosh, so bad. Anyway,
I've been playing Sly Cooper. I told you the other night that I could beat Sly Cooper 1 in a day.
Yeah.
I beat it seriously in like 4 or 5 hours. I did die quite a few times. I told you I wouldn't die. Did you ever play against Ms. Ruby? The Simon Says game? It is so god awful. It is so hard. So she just like does this triangle, square, circle. So, and then they're flying at you and you have to hit it. But it doesn't tell you when. It's not like Guitar Hero where you have to line up a little circle. You just, when it gets kind of close to you, you hit it or you don't, and then you die.
Oh, boy.
And you have to do like 4 levels of that. And if you die, because you know Sly Cooper 1, you don't have a health bar.
Right.
You get hit once unless you have one of those horseshoes. You just lose. You have to go all the way back to the beginning.
That's the problem I have with Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
Is no extra life.
But I'm on Sly Cooper 2 now. I'm halfway through it, loving it.
It's way better.
Gonna play Sly Cooper 3, which is my personal favorite. It's the first one I ever played. And then we're getting into Mass Effect.
Then it's going to be Mass Effect. All right.
These were some quick games that I played. They're my childhood.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I started playing your remastered Spyro the other day before we did the campaign on Saturday. So good. I would play that. I love Spyro.
I need to play the 2 and 3. I beat the first one. I need to play the other 2.
I don't think I've ever beat the third one, but I have beat the first 2. A million times. I played through those games so many times.
When you get a PS5, they might have the Spyros on there. I'm sure
And
they will.
I will get them, and I will play. It just looks.
Your mom
so
will love that.
Cool. Yeah, she would. She'd
Shout out to
probably play
Deb.
them.
No, you're listening.
Shout out, Deb. I don't know actually if she I don't think she listens to the Say It in Comments. But she might go back and listen to them. But I know she's trying to catch up on the campaign, and she was listening to episode 5 today, so she's pretty well caught up.
That's cool.
So, anyway. Oh, something I love, you hate. Close this thing out, Tyrel. Tell us a little bit. Teach us something.
Okay, so I know Seth doesn't like Dark Souls. You've never.
I tried to play it one time with you
you
coaching
did.
me. I could possibly get into it. I enjoy watching you play it. So I think it's a cool game, but I don't think that it's for me. I don't think it's for me. It is really hard. I would get really frustrated. I don't like games that are super hard.
What is it? Is it just the fact that the game is hard that you don't like?
No, it's not. Because I can handle a game that takes, like, you can play and figure out. I started, I think I watched you, or maybe I watched a YouTube person, and apparently there's just skills that I can't do. It's almost like quick scoping. I could never do quick scoping. So, I mean, after that, I was out of Call of Duty and stuff.
Like parrying and back stabbing, riposting, and all that stuff.
I saw one dude just rolling. He would roll through
Yeah, the
attacks
rolling is
constantly.
constant.
And it
It's
never
all
would
about-
work for me.
The thing is with Dark Souls is once you play enough, you have muscle memory. And
Maybe
it's
that's
all
true.
off reflexes, You know when, and also learning enemies' swing times.
Yeah.
You know what they can do and how
I'm
they can
dying
do it.
so many times.
Also, their hitboxes. You know how certain enemies' broken hitboxes are. Some of those enemies are ridiculous, especially ones that use like spears and stuff like that are ridiculous. But
It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
it's very dark.
I don't know if the story is good.
The story is
I
awesome.
really like. I mean, I really like how the game looks. I like the dynamics of it, but the fighting.
It also feels clunky. It's not smooth.
If you think that's cool, you should play Dark Souls 2.
Well,
But I mean, like I said, I enjoy watching it. But the combat is not. It's not my style of game. This brings me back to Assassin's Creed. Why I like it so much is like you go in. Okay, say Assassin's Creed 1. You go into a city. You gather evidence. If you go in and you look at all that evidence, you actually plan how you're going to get in there and kill this guy. You can do it in one try. There's not going to be crap in there that you don't expect. Then the fighting, you get rewarded for doing stuff right. Dark Souls is just like you die so many times and you have to do it over and over and over. I hate doing stuff over and over and over.
Well,
And
okay.
you don't get stronger from dying. It doesn't help you to die. It actually hurts you to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
And it's harder to get back to where you died at.
in Dark Souls 1, they actually punished you for dying. If you die, you kept losing like little
Yeah.
bits of your health until like you would literally go completely like hollow.
That's so stupid.
Not fun.
It is fun. 'Cause
No.
yes, you have to earn your way through
Well, you
this
can't
game.
because you keep dying.
Well, not if you know what you're doing.
Well, I couldn't figure it out. That's why I don't like it.
Well, I mean, that's
But
not
this
for
is seriously,
everybody.
like, this is why I don't play like the shooting games with y'all. There are skills that I mean, I've played a lot. I was
You
better at
don't
y'all
have
than
to
that.
quick scope. Malachi is extremely good.
So that's one thing. Like, why play with Ninja if you are a noob? Like, you're not gonna have fun, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
it's hard. I've never liked Halo. Halo's crap.
We get in
I don't
some
know why
super
y'all-
competitive matches
Y'all,
with Halo.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
What are you talking about?
I sit and watch. It's not that competitive.
How's
you
it not
two win.
competitive? Well, not every time.
It's as bad.
We switch the teams up all the time. Like me and Malachi will play a team, and then me and
Also,
Tyrel
it's just
play a
too
team.
much health in Halo.
That's the problem I have with it.
Shields.
The shields is the thing.
Stupid.
Okay, Halo Reach was probably one of the more, I wouldn't say realistic. It actually had a health limit. Like, you actually had little bars of health, and you actually had to have health kits to, like, heal yourself. And that's actually kind of the way Halo 1 was as well. But, yeah, you actually had to have little med kits to heal yourself in that game.
Did you ever play For Honor? I don't know if it came out before Dark Souls or if it came out because of Dark Souls. It's kind of in the same light as Dark Souls, I think. Except maybe you had an army around you. Didn't like that one either.
It has more of a tournament-based multiplayer, though.
Can you lock on with Dark Souls? Yeah. There's a lock on? Yeah. I might not have ever figured that out.
Yeah, what you gotta do is go click the right analog stick.
Yeah, okay.
So, Seth, would you be willing to try Dark Souls?
I have it on my PlayStation. We can hook it up real quick after this. Yeah. I've tried it. I had Tyrel come over like 2 evenings in a row to try to help me get good at this game. And
just couldn't do it.
I gave it a try.
It's if you can get into it. If you can get
It was so clunky feeling. I think that was my biggest problem. Like, it's just not smooth. Like, you want it to swing and it doesn't. And, like, you're telling it what to do and it's like it's fighting you. And that's how I feel about a lot of bad, like, sports games.
Yep, that's
you
how
want
I
it to
feel.
do something and it's fighting you.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't
You want to
do
go
it.
this way, but your body's for some reason going in the opposite
Yeah.
direction. I know that feeling. Driving cars. It feels the same in video games a lot of times. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Fantastic driving in that game. Like, it went where
It's
you
because
wanted.
it's made by Rockstar.
Well,
Rockstar has a great.
Any Grand Theft Auto after San Andreas, driving sucked. They tried to make it more realistic,
Oh, really?
and it gets hard.
I was gonna say, as far as games go, like with like animations and stuff
In
like
my
that.
opinion, obviously.
Ubisoft, the guys that make Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
Ghost Recon,
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell, you name it. I mean, most of the, like military style games or adventure style games, kind of like Assassin's Creed and what's the other game that they make? Watch Dogs.
Yeah, they make Watch Dogs.
There's something else. Anyway, their animations for those games are like top notch for the most part.
Yeah, and it's responsive.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people try to make stuff too realistic, it's just it's like Seth is talking about. It's like it's fighting you, but it's really responsive.
There's something so nice about like playing the Batman or the Spider-Man game where like there's a guy over there and like you're in a combo over here, so you just press the punch button and he does a flip over to the other side and hits something.
Satisfying.
Like it's nice. It takes like being good at the Batman fighting system is hard. There's a trophy on there where you have to make a combo that does every one of his quick attack options with his gadgets. There's like 18 different things that you have to put into this to make it happen. Like different variations of stuns, like jumping from one enemy to another one and kicking him in the face off of a stun. There's like almost 20 things that you have to combo in, and you get up to like a combo of nearly 100 doing it, and it's hard. But you can practice and you can do it. And it's easy. It's not easy, but you can feel it. Like, you know, okay, this one's going to be it. Or you know why you messed up. It's never just a miscue. Like, why did his sword swing way over there? And that is so frustrating when it feels like the game is breaking you and it's not your own.
Well, that's another thing you said you didn't figure out where the lock-on was with Dark Souls. Once you get the lock-on down, if you can actually fight without locking on, that is actually kind of impressive. Because, especially in PvP, don't get me started on PvP.
So there's aspects you don't like.
There are aspects of PvP that I don't like because people use glitches in PvP.
Yeah.
And then, believe me, Dark Souls has its fair share of...
Griefers.
Not necessarily griefers. It's just like, you're trying to adventure along, you got like a friend with you or something you're playing with. And that's another thing about Dark Souls is cool, is I thought the co-op in that game is really cool. Because you can have
co-op.
You can have up to 3 phantoms in your world, 3 other players. Or NPC. Yeah, that also helps a lot if you have friends that play. But if you get invaded, and you get invaded by those glitchy dudes that use like that fully automatic crossbow that uses great arrows.
Yeah, you told us about
that. Is ridiculous. Or there's also a glitch on there too where if they cast this one spell, they can cast like Chaos Bedfetches, which is basically firing a meteorite out of your hands, fully automatic. It's fully automatic. It is an insta-kill. Even
sounds
bosses.
fun to me. You really convinced me on this one, Tyrel.
Well, I'm just saying that's in PvP.
Right. One question, because you were into it and I wasn't. I do not like online games. I don't like PvP. I didn't like it when I played a lot of World of Warcraft until I found out there's skills that I just can't do. Like, it would, like, people had mods on World of Warcraft. Not bad mods. Like, it would calculate all the damage that everyone was doing. And, you know, I'm doing my best because I don't do healers. I don't do like tanks. I just DPS. I just want to do damage. And then I find out at the end of the fight that the healer's doing better damage than me. And you don't understand why. And then you find out, oh, well, you have to hit your buttons in a certain key. So I go to the dummies and you practice hitting these certain buttons in a key. And my damage did go up, but then also like it wasn't good enough. So there's just skills in some games that you just cannot figure out.
That's the same with me when I was playing Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I played a mix between like a summoner and a healer in that game, and it was like I never could do enough damage to kill an actual person in PvP, but I also couldn't heal myself fast enough to keep them from killing me. So, didn't mean to do that.
You good? So the games that make you have certain skills is just not my forte. I like a game that I can play and learn how to play, but like when it takes like another level, like I never even picked up oh Lord, the new shooter, the new Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare.
No. The
Black Ops.
No,
Advanced
the crappy
Warfare.
version. The
Battlefield.
nope, crappier, more kiddish.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Like, I can watch some people play Fortnite and it amazes me. I don't know. Since I've never played, how are they building this thing and shooting
hate
at the same
that.
time?
I can't.
Freaks me out. Looks awesome. Wouldn't even dream of trying.
I'm not even a fan of Fortnite at all.
Seems like it's dying off a little bit. I don't hear so much about Fortnite.
I don't hear quite as
Thank
much
God.
about it, but I think they're still playing it. But yeah, I'm sure it's time for something else to come rolling.
It's just it attracted. It was such a. It's like what you say, a fad. You know, everybody's playing.
It was a big fad.
Yeah, everybody's
I
playing.
didn't see how it was any better than PUBG or.
The building aspect is what brought people to it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. If you
That's
were good
the part
at it,
that turned me off.
if you were good at it, apparently you were a god. I don't know.
You can build.
I thought it looked
stuff in the
ridiculous.
game,
Run around till you see somebody, then build a shed, get up on the roof, and shoot them with a shotgun. I don't get it.
I don't know.
You can't do that in real life. Which I know you can't do a lot of stuff you do in a lot of video games in real life, but that was just out of control. Out of control, ridiculous.
Yeah. That's one of those skill things that I
It's
would
like a
just
cross
never be able
between
to do.
Minecraft and PUBG. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Let me just build a hut.
Whoa.
I've actually played PvP in Minecraft, and that's fun.
PvP in Minecraft? Mm-hmm. I've never played Minecraft, and I don't play it.
Minecraft's a fun game, actually.
It is really fun.
Yeah.
I will admit.
I put a lot of hours into Minecraft, and I don't ever have to play it again, though.
They have a lot of new stuff in that game.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? Because We talk about Hans and Malachi almost every time we're on here.
They need to come on.
They're going to come on. Well, when Malachi gets unstuck out of Panama, bless his heart, bless his soul.
Oh, man, I didn't even think of that. He got stranded there, huh?
They had a travel ban till June 8th, and then the other day they moved it up till June 22nd. So he can't
He's
come
definitely
home
going to be
till
married by the time he comes back.
I asked him the other day, we had like a group chat on WhatsApp, and I said, do you still want to marry her? Because he's been basically stuck in the house
Why
with
did you
her.
not just get married to her?
Yeah, he said, because they weren't planning to, they're planning to get married this winter. And I asked him, I was like, well, you should have just got married. He said, well, by the time we decided, we might as well do that. They are allowed out of the house 2 hours a day. And it's like one person per household or something.
Yeah.
And he said pastors can't come do weddings. He said they thought about doing it. They can't get it done now. So anyway, I asked him if he still wanted to get married. He said, yeah. He said everything's going good with that. So it's like, well, if you can be stuck in the house with somebody for a couple months, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
But anyway, when they found out we were doing just the campaign podcast, like they said we need to come on sometime. I said what we'll do is we'll have both of y'all on together.
It'll be off the rails, stupid.
It will be. We'll have to talk to them.
Yeah, we'll have to give them a nice.
But they'll want to do.
Just to let y'all know, Hans likes to create He created the last time he played. He created a character named the Don, which he modeled after Donald Trump. It didn't wear pants and it had a huge goober. He drew a picture for us. And he's just absolutely ridiculous. And Malachi wants to build. We played a game on a way to a mission trip one time, and he wanted to build a gun in a medieval game kind of thing.
He's always got to get the weapon that
I think he wanted to create the Infinity Gauntlet in a thing that Tyrel ran.
Yes.
Yeah, we spent hours trying to get him an Infinity Gauntlet.
Let him be an artificer. He can have a gun.
or we'll give him a gunslinger class or something.
So,
but anyway, if we can we'll get both of them.
But I'll tell you, he did
for
play
the
that one
campaign.
game. He did play a game where he was just a ranger, I think.
Yeah.
And
and he had that big
forever
8.
for y'all to find him. Like he's like, well, I'm just gonna keep going, and y'all are like, well, we're not gonna go find him because we don't know he's there.
Yeah.
So and
he was walking around with his big 8,
killing stuff.
Yeah.
By himself. He did pretty good that game.
But we'll have him and Hans on the same episode, and then they can come on this afterwards.
I eventually want Dustin to come on.
I
actually have a role for him, and good thing that Corona's kind of coming to an end. I think he could probably come on over because I want him within the next 2 or 3 games, probably.
Oh, really? Where does he live?
Forest City, Arkansas, close to Memphis.
Wow. Well, Cameron comes about 3 hours too. So
yeah.
Both of those are.
He drives slow though. It takes him like double the time.
Dustin? Oh. Well, anywho.
Guess we're gonna fire up some Dark Souls real quick. Thank you guys for listening. Go check out Tiger Skull
RPG.
Insert ad here.
Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull RPG.
That's a wrap. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening to Say It in Common with the Commoners of D&D. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to make sure you never miss an episode, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Commoners Official for news, updates, and exclusive content. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.